Gently touch your...
Very cool.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Greg.
Yes. Yes. Finish.
And so as he gently touches his with Mike telling him to finish, he breathes out saying, wow, this feels really nice. He's getting close. It's building.
Gently touch your... Slow, 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 slow. Wait. Finish.
We've now discovered Mike Israetel and Jeff Nippard have an OF. Coach Greg, you're not going to believe it. Today's video is about your two favorite manlets, and neither of them is Coach Greg. It's Dr. Mike Israetel and Jeff Nippard. Dr. Mike ought to teach Jeff some jujitsu in case Jeff runs into someone who can't control his emotions. Greg Deuce gonna have a mental breakdown watching his favorite natty and most hated YouTuber training. Greg goddamn Doucette will be just fine. It's little Napoleon Dr. Mike that has the mental breakdowns. Let's see if this plays out. What are we going to learn from Dr. Mike and Jeff Nippard?
Jared Feather, IFB Pro. Dr. Mike Israetel, I know I am, and Mr. Jeffrey Nippard.
One thing I'm sure you'll notice is that none of these guys has a tan. And so they can all appreciate just how hard it is to look aesthetic when you're a manlet and you don't have a tan. Coach Greg, at least he has a tan. If they in fact had the genetics of Coach Greg, and I'm not talking about my physique, I'm talking about my skin color. If they had skin as dark as the manlet himself, Coach Greg, they would all be IFBB pros.
The only thing that matters in life is having a tan.
How's that looking, Mike?
Beautiful.
Yeah?
Like a newborn baby to a happy, expectant family.
I don't know if Mike has to go so hard on Jeff. He says he looks like a newborn baby. I get it. Jeff has just completed a bulk. He's looking like he's close to 20% body fat. And so just because Jeff is the size of a newborn baby, I don't think we need to point out that that's what he looks like.
Control, slow, 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 slow. Up. Move, Jeff. Finish.
Is it just me, or is it a little bit scary hearing Dr. Mike telling Jeff Nippard to finish? I mean, we all know he mics his Israetel until he GO2 maxes all over the screen, but does anyone want to see Jeff Nippard himself all over Mike Israetel's stomach? I don't think so.
What's my RIR on that, Mike?
12.
No way. You think I had 12 more reps on that set?
If you knew how to train hard.
That was to failure, Mike. I had nothing left in the tank, but listen. Mike Israetel has been to level 4. And so Jeff, he's typically training at level 1 or level 2. Occasionally, he's flirting with going to level 3, but only on occasion. Jeff Nippard, he has a great app, the Micro Factor app, but it does not require you to train to level 4. Mike Israetel, he's been there. It's painfully obvious. Does anyone think that Mike Israetel has not been to level 4? Imagine Mike Israetel. Start of the night. Babe, cancel your plans for the evening. It's time to have fun. Let's head to the bedroom. Mike Israetel, 18 seconds later. And so we all know that Mike Israetel maybe has latent homosexual tendencies. And so look at how he looks at Jeff Nippard. If you all had a girl who looked at you that way, well, I guess you'd be creeped out.
I want a serious answer on that.
I have no idea. I almost never judge RIR externally because you never can tell how much someone is keeping in reserve psychologically.
And I'm sorry, as much as I have beef with Mike Israetel, I'm agreeing with Mike. Remember, if I agree with someone, I don't have a bias. If they say the correct information, I'm going to agree with them. Jeff's saying, no, you can't will yourself to do another rep.
I don't think it has much to do psychologically. I think it has to do with what my muscle, like how much force my muscle is capable of producing at the end of that set. Either I can do it or I can't.
If you want it bad enough, you can keep going. Essentially, you Goggins it. You keep going.
Mr. Scott, stay hard, brother!
Yeah, you're pushing hard. I can't get another rep. Could you, though? If you started speaking in Russian, perhaps summon the demons, there's another rep. There's always another rep.
You can will yourself to lift a car off of a dying child, even if your muscles can't produce enough force.
It didn't need to get so grim so quickly.
One, a car is well beyond your nervous system's ability to generate force to your muscle.
Yeah.
2 is like, it's a dying child. He's dying anyway.
But remember, This is what potentially could be a sociopath. Mike called Coach Greg a sociopath, but when you actually watch him speak, which one of us gives sociopathic vibes? I certainly don't think it's the CEO of Goon, and many people have been criticizing Coach Greg as of late. Coach Greg, you're pushing 50. How could you do this? I'm like, yeah, I'm pushing 50 keys of Turk and GO2 Max across the border. And so if you're looking for your T-plug, look no further than Coach Greg. Fresh from Uzbekistan, the real stuff, 100% pure. You guys have been purchasing it from the wrong sources. If you get turkesterone from Coach Greg, HCLT supplements, it's the real deal. We're so confident there's a money-back guarantee. And on top of that, a $20 gift card. And so if you use it and you're thinking, oh, it doesn't work, I don't feel it, you get your money back and a $20 gift card. And so what do you have to lose? And also, it's on the Kaiko protein bars. You know, the ones that Mike Israetel loves. Mike Israetel had a Coach Greg bar in his mouth, and did you see the sounds oozing out of him?
Thank you, Greg.
You're welcome, Mike.
And because your degree of arousal currently is decent, but not like violence and war level, if you went to violence and war level places, you could have 5 or 6 reps more.
And so Mike is saying if you went to violence and war level zones, you could get 5 reps more. You ever tried turkesterone? Have you all tried halotestin, a steroid? If you have taken halotestin, you know what I'm talking about. The added aggression, some people describe it like this. When you're taking caffeine, it feels like you could run up a wall. When you're taking halotestin, it feels like you can run through the wall. Turkesterone. Increased aggression, increased ability to train harder, increased strength, more muscle. Now remember, there are in fact negative side effects, especially in higher doses. Some people it affects their sleep, and so please tread lightly. Do not use more than your Turk plug suggests.
On the next one, I got 12 on that one, right?
Okay, yeah.
You say you think I could have gotten 5 more reps if I went violence and war?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
I'll do it.
but that's assuming you're capable of it.
And so he does the set and gets the same reps. See, Mike, I'm correct. Did it look like he went to level 4? Remember, when someone's in the gym at level 4, you stay away. You don't want to know what could happen next. This changes people. I highly doubt that Jeff Nippard, after training with Mike Israetel, is going to have a profound new world experience. He hasn't changed his thoughts of the world. Level 4 is serious. Notice he was not speaking in tongues. He did not defecate all over himself. There's no wet spot. He did not GO2 max into his pants. I saw no sign of level 4. Maybe it was level 3. I give him a 2.5.
Do you do an arm day, or is this more so for like educational demonstration purposes?
I don't do an arm day.
And so they discuss whether or not you should ever have an arms day. The argument is, why bother? They're better to focus on different days, back and biceps, chest and triceps. And so I'm going to tell you why you should do this. It's called agonist-antagonistic training. The muscles are on both sides of the bone, and so while one is working, the other is resting. And so it's very easy to have an arm day. You train your biceps on one set, followed by triceps. While you're doing triceps, the biceps are resting. You can then alternate back and forth. That's allow you to get more training in less time. And so if you're a busy person, this is the way you want to train. I would argue you should have your arm day in combination with other body parts. Why leave it at just arms? Biceps, triceps, back and forth. Why not then also do chest and back? Chest followed by back, back and forth. That allows you to get the most amount of training with less rest and recovery time needed. And so you can train in the gym less frequently than last time while keeping the intensity high.
Exercise number 2 is going to be the skull crusher. There are many variations of skull crusher.
And so next up, skull crushers. Now, the one exercises I'm not doing with Mike, if I were to ever have a workout with him, is skull crushers to the throat. I don't know about you, but being in the same vicinity as Mike Israetel, the man who fantasizes about bringing a baseball bat to school and beating a person's legs until medical science cannot put them back together again, as if these kids should be treated like Humpty Dumpty. I'm not doing it.
Okay. Yep. That's the Jeff Nippard way.
Cool.
He doesn't give 2 shits about Jeff Nippard's way of training. He just wants to touch his ass and talk about his bum and make his hand touch his pecker. What?
All right, you want to try our way?
I'd love to.
Super.
He doesn't have any jokes related to that. He can't get into Jeff Nippard's humor. It's Mike's way or the highway.
See if you can touch your throat. Yes.
Hey, when I'm in the bedroom, it's not the woman's hands that are touching her throat. It's the man's on her cuello.
I don't speak Spanish.
We don't want to get demonetized, so we're speaking Espanol. How many think if Mike Israetel and Coach Greg were training alone at his house, that I would walk out alive?
Not bad at all. Oh, man. That was nice.
I would call that level 2. He had multiple reps in the tank, and so that was a very effective warm-up. That was not harder than last time. It was not training to failure. That was just a good pumping warm-up set. And Jeff Nippard, he's thinking, wow, this is intense. But remember, Jeff Nippard has been not training to failure for years. I think it's very clear that Jeff Nippard is not taking testosterone. If he was, he wouldn't have been saying this was a hard set. He would have been saying, Mike, I got 5 more. We're not even at level 3 yet.
Not bad.
See, it's fun to train like this when it's arm day.
Yes.
And not leg day.
Yeah, leg day is just painful.
Come on.
When you train at level 4, it doesn't matter what body part you're training, it changes your life. When I was with Damo, he said, let's make this the hardest bicep set of your life. I did the set for 5 minutes. When you couldn't do another rep, you dropped the weight by 5 pounds and you continued until you didn't lift any weight. 5 minutes. It was only level 3. To train at level 4, it changes your life. You walk out, perhaps you have a torn bicep. You cannot train your arm for a month. It's level 4. This was level 2 at best.
It's
But
also
you did great in
painful
that
and not
video.
egotistic.
I did my best. I truly did my best.
That's like when I was a school teacher and a kid would perhaps study for a couple of hours for a test, pass in and get a 70. I did my best. I said, your best is 100. You didn't give me your best. You gave me the best you thought you could do. It wasn't level 4. And so mark my words, if you really apply yourselves, if you push yourself the way that I can, your best would be unreal. And so stop limiting yourself by your own self-doubts and self-limitations. You can do anything. Put your mind to it.
Remember, your ego is best served by attaching it to everything, including what kind of exercises you're doing, how much weight you're doing.
True.
If someone has a slightly more expensive car than me in the parking lot, like it ruins
Kirk!
my day.
Really, it ruins your day if someone has anything better than you.
I'll try to ding them with the cart, shopping cart, just to be like,
Kirk!
Okay.
Mike Israetel certainly not invited to Coach Greg's house. All my vehicles better than Mike Israetel, and so he would be very jealous. By the end of the day, there would be scratches in all the vehicles that couldn't be able to drive them. I don't care if somebody has a nicer car than me. I want to stop and take a photo. Look, guys, a nicer car than me. I appreciate the fact that they have a nicer car than me. That's great. It's just a material object. If somebody has a $500,000 McLaren, or somebody has a $50,000 Toyota Corolla, or a bicycle, they're all impressive. I'm more proud of my bicycles than my freaking vehicles. If you had to tell me, trade one, give up something, I'm keeping the bike. Bike makes me happy. The car gets me from point A to point B. Yes, I like it, but not as much as my bicycle. It's very inconspicuous when your T-plug arrives at your door while riding his bicycle. Cops aren't looking. It's very inconspicuous. As comparison, when you show up in a Lamborghini Urus or a McLaren, the cops are on notice.
5. Finish.
Hearing Mike Israetel say finish pains me.
Dude, your triceps look dumb.
And so Mike Israetel, he's trying to be a human being. He's trying to connect. He's trying to bond with Jeff Nippard. He gives him a compliment, the best he could come up with. Your triceps look dumb. Okay, not swole, not jacked, not shapely, not massive, not ripped. Dumb.
You're into biceps. And the first exercise of 2 is going to be the lying dumbbell bicep curl.
And so we see guys like Ronnie Coleman, Kevin Lavroni, Phil Heath doing bicep curls. They're standing with a barbell, dumbbell, and they're curling and they're getting massive arms. And in today's world, we have Mike Israetel and Jeff Nippard laying down on a bench with 10-pound dumbbells and using science to develop massive arms bigger than last time. How's it working for them? Now, I know it has a lot to do with genetics, but Mike Israetel has amazing genetics. You're thinking he doesn't? He's 5'6" and 237 pounds. He's on steroids, yes, but they still work. And Jeff Nippard, 100% natural, is a national champion bodybuilder. But do they have impressive arms? I'm going to argue that the training of old is just as good as the training of today. You might be thinking, no, when you train science, you have to use 10-pound dumbbells and train it exactly as they're demonstrating. You don't need to. You need to do what you want. Whatever training program you enjoy most is most likely going to give you the best gains. And why? Because you're going to keep doing it. And you're going to do it with intensity. You're going to train harder than the last time.
Try to really reach towards your heels with the big chest. So big chest, reach toward the heels.
Do what?
Reach towards your
Towards
heels.
the heels, like this.
Like this.
What is the word you use?
Heel.
And so how many of you out there raise your hand, think that this is going to get you more jacked biceps than curl in the 50s? And so just because science says, aka Jeff Nippard and Mike Israetel, doesn't mean that it's true. We have what's known as real-world examples of millions of people, thousands of IFBB pros, and I guarantee they're not training like this. And so when you look at what works in the real world, doing dumbbell and barbell curls builds a lot of biceps.
It's just so hard in that lengthened position, man. That, like, if you can break through it, you'll get the rep.
Sure.
But if you don't, then you don't.
But that's perfect. You want failure to occur at that length of position anyway.
And so, yeah, you're training harder at the bottom for perhaps 1 centimeter, but then you're missing out on a great amount of tension for the remainder of the movement. And so when you see a bodybuilder with dumbbells curling like this, swinging perhaps after they reach failure, they're doing cheat reps. It's okay to cheat on your curls, just not on your girls. It allows you to train harder than last time. In doing this, once you get close to failure, you're done. Imagine if you were doing lat pull downs and the first time you couldn't get the bar to touch your chest, you stopped the motion. You did it ultra strict, right down to the chest, and you stopped. You'd be using 50% of the weight you're lifting, and you'd be stopping before it gets hard.
That's what she said?
That's it.
Dude.
That's it. Beautiful. One last one.
And so this is how Jeff starts it out in the bedroom. 18 seconds later, this is what happens.
Slow. Wait.
And so his partner, Mike Israetel, is saying, slow. No, not yet. Don't bust yet. All over his stomach. And so Jeff goes through the poses, look at the arms, the chest size, and so on. Listen, he has a great physique. The problem is it's closer to 20% body fat. Not saying he's fat, but he's certainly not shredded. And so many people, they don't like this look. Now remember, he is in fact natural. I'm not saying he should maintain single-digit body fat, but if you're looking for the aesthetics, I do believe that a slightly leaner physique for Jeff Nippard would be somewhat more aesthetic.
It is a lying bicep curl.
Lying bicep curl, I'm actually a fan. One of my favorite exercises, in particular when I have low back issues. Oftentimes, guys are on steroids, they're getting super back pumps, or perhaps you have a herniated disc like I do, and you just can't perform bicep exercises the way you used to.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna lie back, make sure you plant your feet nice, go to your cock, come all the way up.
Is this just Mike Israetel wanting to see what Jeff does with his hands on his cock? When I do these, I lay on the floor. Perhaps it's not sanitary, you can get a mat. I do them while laying on the floor. You can do them with your feet facing the machine, or you can also do it where you're pulling towards your forehead. You don't have to touch your cock.
Yep, and just curl. And then control the eccentric, gently touch your cock.
Is it just me, or is it not cringe when Mike Israetel says gently touch your cock, and then 18 seconds later, it's all over your stomach? Guys.
I have to say, I have never done these before either. Very cool.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Greg.
Last one. Fingers
chest,
coming
chest,
up.
huge stretch.
Fingers to the sky.
Yeah.
Yes. Finish.
And so as he gently touches his cock with Mike telling him to finish, he breathes out saying, wow, this feels really nice. He's getting close. It's building. He's about to GO2 max all over his stomach.
Control, rack.
Okay, good.
Beautiful.
Now don't go anywhere.
And so Mike's saying, not yet. We're now edging. You pause for 30 seconds and you resume back yet again. We're going to see how many times can we come close without actually finishing. We've now discovered Mike Israetel and Jeff Nippard have an OF.
Accelerate. Go. And then slow.
And so this is what happens when two manlets get together.
Rest.
Oh man, that's brutal.
Good stuff.
Ooh,
Breathe.
wow.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
And so his arms are now getting tired. And remember, he's just a chill guy trying to Turk alone. He's not trying to finish. He's edging.
Up, up, and then slow as if another. Slow, slow, slow. Rack. Good, rest.
And so he's thrusting, he's going slow, he's controlling himself. Always in control. Never too close. And when you get close, you stop. You don't finish yet. You save it.
I mean, definitely top 3 all time.
All right.
And so written on the screen, it says, Jeff is trying to get out of another set. Remember, he has never edged this long ever in his life, but it is in fact No Nut November.
I'm right
One more
here.
jab.
I'm right here.
One more jab.
Biceps
You pull
only.
as hard as
Biceps
you
only.
can.
Biceps only. Biceps only. There
Yes.
you go. Way better.
Slow, slow, slow. Rack.
And so upon the final set on rep 14, Mike finally gives him the okay. Look, you can now finish. You've built up to this point. It's now time to finish.
And we are going to do a sum total of 50 upright rows with the bar only.
And so they're going to finish this off with doing a set of 50 with the bar for upright rows. Waste of time. Why are we doing 50 reps? He's already got a pump. He's already finished all over himself. There's no need. He's had enough. It's time to clean up, perhaps take a shower, get changed, and go home.
All right, rest for a sec. Grab it hard. Finish the last one. Perfect.
And so previously he said to touch it softly, and now he wants to grab it hard. And perhaps harder than last time. And in case you're having trouble getting hard, harder than last time. You know what this for. Code Greg, 15% off.
Thank you.
Good stuff,
That's
dude.
fantastic.
Of course. God damn. God damn.
God damn, Greg Doucette, you know I was going to make a video on this.
Greg goddamn Doucette.
And so hopefully you enjoyed Mike Israetel teaching Jeff Nippard how to edge harder than last time.
Yeah, I actually liked all of it. It's great.
This is what guys tell you after a first date when they never call you back again. How do I know that? I've been on a lot of first dates with a lot of guys.
And so Mike, he's been on a lot of first dates with a lot of guys. Remember, Mike is in fact married. But here's the thing. So long as your partner is aware of what you're doing, if it's okay with you all, if you talk these things out, I think that's perfectly okay.
It's the most serious that I've trained in a very, very long time. And I wanted to see if it's possible after 15 plus years of training experience to still build muscle naturally.
And so at the end of the year, after he's trained harder than last time, consistently, seeing as much muscle as he could possibly build, I would then challenge Jeff Nippard to add in testosterone and then see how much muscle you build. Not the fake testosterone that many other companies are selling. I argue almost all of them, but actual testosterone from Uzbekistan. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost your algorithm. Please like the video if you liked it. Don't forget to buy the cookbook, the training book, the Circle Diet book, the Harder Than Last Time clothing line. Code Greg for 15% off. You can get all the supplements on my website. And until next time, I am out.